Today I've come to Karnak. Decided to get a car last night, looking for places to go in my extra 4 or 5 days at St Malo, and I feel that I've done most of St Malo with long walks and seen all the sights. So I've got the car and come down here, and it is the place in the world where the most fields full of obelisks, monoliths, standing rocks. And the first place I had to stop for a wee. There's a lay-by here, and there's bloody ancient megalith sites. Oh no, that's where I am. And all of these, they're everywhere. So I've got my sights set. Obviously I can't see them all, and obviously it would get a bit boring seeing them all anyway. But I like the dolmens and I like the underground burial chambers, so I've set my sat nav for a place called Saint-Michel Chateau. I did see it here before. There we go. It's a tumulus. A tumulus. Don't know if we saw that. It's like a big burial chamber with carvings inside. So I'm going to head there, and as I go past the various other megaliths, I might stop on the way. So I've just weaved my way through this little side streets of Karnak. Made more than one wrong turn. The streets are so tiny. And the sat-nav is still telling me the way is to go up there. And of course there's a church built on top of the old prehistoric. I've decided to leave the car here and walk the rest of the way. For some reason I'm quite excited by this. In the summer there are restrictions and you can only do guided tours, but in the winter it's all completely open to the public. Not sure whether I've gone the correct way or not, but I think it was the right decision to leave the hire car behind. Well, it's a beautiful sunny day now. Although the air is cold, I decided that I would leave my dry as a bones off. I've been wearing 2 jackets. I've been wearing my leather jacket, and I've been wearing my dry as a bone over the top, as well as a couple of singlets and my ski pants underneath my jeans. But today is such a nice day. Some oak leaves. It's funny, isn't it? I recognise the European tree leaves. Anyway, coming to this place, I guess in Louvre, going to the dolmens and La Houpie, which are the prehistoric burial grounds in Jersey. See, it's in the backyards of people. The big controversy between those people who sort of want to get on with their lives and those who want to preserve it and have it all declared as World Heritage. Well, whilst it said it was open, it's clearly not. Well, that one's locked. I think I'll walk around the base now. I won't go via those people's homes. Good old Christians always take over other people's religious sites. You've got to laugh. Even in the Australian leading up to Christmas, they're still trying to profess that the Midwinter Festival wasn't something the Christians took over from the pagans. They just won't admit they even changed the birthday of Jesus from halfway through the year to the end of year festival to take over the biggest pagan festivals of the year, which the midwinter starters. Imagine just putting this mound up here to cover the burial chambers with a bloody bucket and spade. Already passed a few of the smaller megaliths on the way. I accidentally come across many more, but the place I really want to go to is Quiberon Bay. It's not a bad looking pad, is it? There we go, down towards the bay there. I've worn my pagan Celtic orc torque for the occasion. I dare not take photos while I'm driving along. It takes all my skill to stop myself hitting anybody. This is Quiberon Bay. Check this chateau out. Well, and it goes on and on and on and on. This is a bit of a tower in between two of the alignments. There's my little red car down there because I saw that this field was actually open. My research showed me that these fields of menhirs are open in the winter but shut in the summer. The 3 previous places I've been to were empty. Were shut. And way down there you can see the last dolmen that I took a picture of, right on the corner behind that house. They're those big ones. It goes on and on and on. That's the tower I was up, and I've just got one more dolmen that I want to see. I might pass another one on the way, but there's just one more I want to see. Then I'm done. I'm back to St Malo. Just like 3:30 now, so I won't be back till late. And I just did a U-turn on the way to that last dolmen. It's a tumulus. So I came down here, and I'll show you the way back in a minute, but it looks like it's going to be open. And you can hardly find it. It's obviously in private grounds. And you can see the conflict between people who used to having private for 1,000 years. Because these things are 6,000 years old. Anyway, that's where I'm going. That's very convenient, isn't it? It's quite low and crouched. And these are all carved. Don't know why I'm talking quietly. The academic that I saw that took his own photos. Says you can't really rely on these bricks being prehistoric. It's not known when these were reconstructed by French for other purposes. Anyway, I finally got inside one. It's made it all worthwhile. It was a 3-hour trip to Kilron Bay, but I went down there. That was a bit extra. I didn't really need to go there. And I'm going to be late back. Lucky I can drop the car key into a drop box as long as it's before 9 o'clock. So I'm getting on for 4 now. Oh, that was so worthwhile. Now I'm going to walk all the way back to the car and cut it out later if it's boring. Changed my mind about that because my battery's nearly flat and I don't want to run out of battery when I'm coming into St Malo for sat-nav. I was going to say I was surprised the Christian haven't built a church on the site, but of course they have. And I'm still getting used to dogs in restaurants. And so that's been a good day. I filled a whole day in. It's nearly 9 p.m. Another day until I die filled in.